Here with Oregon defensive back Brian Jackson. Brian, thanks for being here. So, Brian, you come from Alabama, and that's quite a ways from Eugene. What led you to choose Oregon?
It's kind of a lot of factors, but I think the one that I would say really did it was just my adventure side really made me want to come check out this other part of the United States. It was a lot of fun just to come out here on a visit and check this place out. I felt like if I wasn't going to go to school at home, I would come somewhere far away, check something out different.
When you're watching Alabama playing highlights or in a live game, I'm sure you know a few people who play on the team or have played against them. What's it like seeing people from home play on your home state team?
It doesn't really bother me. Everybody plays football somewhere. That's about it.
Were you interested in Alabama at any point?
A little bit, but I just, I didn't get offered by them. So, like, if I wasn't going to go to school in state, I'd just go check out something different.
You're a senior and you're coming upon your last two games as a Duck. Do you realize how close you are to being done here?
Yeah, of course. I think about that all the time. The worst part is thinking about having to actually live on your own afterwards. That's a scary feeling.
When you think about playing in the pros, have you thought about what you're going to do as soon as your season's over at Oregon yet? Or are you going to maybe take some downtime before training again?
Probably take about maybe like a week or two and go ahead and start back to training. It's not like I can take too much time off. It's kind of just what I do. I like training, so I'll always be onto it.
Now that you're playing college football, you see yourself in video games and photos on the internet. What's that like?
It's kind of cool, but at the same time, I don't really focus on much of that stuff. You see it, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but I just kind of do what I'm supposed to. If anything, I don't really notice it because nobody really tells me they see pictures and things like that. But when I do notice it, it's a pretty cool feeling.
When you come far away from home, a lot of people just know you as Brian Jackson, number 12, the football player. Are there still people in Eugene who you can rely on to call you Brian Jackson, the man?
Yeah, definitely. I know that's one thing that I focus on. I know a lot of people, I wouldn't even introduce myself as a football player to them. I talk to them, I say, like, this is my name, what's yours? We're all still people. What I do here is like the same thing as what my occupation is. Like, if you're a doctor, are you going to come up to me and introduce yourself as a doctor or as you as a person? And that's how everybody should be.
When you came to Oregon and, you got the role you were going to be playing in, were you happy with, because a lot of times you're in coverage. Did you, when you were, a younger player in high school, did you like coming in on the pass rush a lot?
Every once in a while. I didn't really blitz too much. For the most part, playing coverage, that's kind of what DBs do. And you have to make a couple tackles every once in a while, but it was a lot of fun just to go out there and play football, man.
A lot of people are very critical of the size of Oregon's defense, but if you look at it, you're just as physical as a lot of other teams. When you're out there playing on the field, do you like to play a little more aggressive just to show that you guys are a tough team and that you guys are not weak?
It's not that people say that we're weak or like we're small or anything. I feel like it's a matter of people not understanding the way that our team works. They might look like they're a little undersized, but a lot of our players are lean. We're all really strong. And when we get into those games where we have to be in the trenches, we think that it's a lot of fun. I like to go down there and hit. And so does everybody else. Those are the games that you live for because they're the ones that really show what you're made of. And I feel like we play great defense.
Since your freshman year, Oregon's had many defensive touchdowns. When you're out in the field, how badly do you want to take one back for 6?
It doesn't happen very often. So anytime you get a chance to get your hands on the ball, it's like getting the best present in the entire world. And whenever you get it, you do whatever you can to score because that's one of the few chances that you'll ever get.
As a senior, you've been in a position before coming off a tough loss late in the season. Are you just going back at it like you would have the last 2 years?
Yeah, exactly. We got to finish the rest of this season. I'm not going to be here for too much longer, but I'm out here. I give it everything that I got every day.
What's your favorite uniform that you've worn at Oregon?
That's a tough one. I don't know. I can't really say. I guess when we do black, yellow, black, and I like when we wear our all blacks, but the ones that we have this year, they got a little bit of silver on them, so not too much.
You went from preparing for Washington State team that ended up throwing the ball 89 times to a Stanford team that threw 13 times. Is it a little different coming to practice, 1 week with a totally different way of preparing?
Yeah, especially for the fact that, we just have to adjust to these different play styles. But it's also due to the way that our offense plays. Our offense is on and off the field so fast to the point where our defense has a lot of plays. So I feel like that has to attribute to how much defense that we are playing. So we get that many runs is because we're on the field that much longer. We get as many passes. We're on the field for a long time.
The ball went up in the air 89 times against Washington State, and you tipped one of the balls to Terrence Mitchell, who took it back for a touchdown. Did you still feel like you did quite a bit on that play and take some credit for it?
Yeah, that whole play, I can take credit if I wanted to, but, it was his touchdown. But the play, it kind of happened to where I took on the receiver, and then I ended up knocking away his pass. I don't know why he threw it to him in the first place. But, I locked him down, tipped his pass away. T. Mitch catches it, and I blocked the other guy until he runs into the end zone. So I feel like I had a lot to do with it.
Say 20 years from now, football won't be your profession anymore. What do you think you're going to be doing then?
I'll probably try and get into some seat in Congress or something. That would be nice, something like that. I'm really feeling doing something like that. I want to see how I can make an impact on other people's lives, and I think that's the best way to do it.
Well, Brian, I appreciate you being here today. I look forward to seeing you play the rest of your career here.
No problem. Nice to meet you.
Yep.